My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we definitely got to talk about something here. Would Richardson Hitchins beat Keyshawn Davis's older brother in Calvin Davis? Ladies and gentlemen, did Calvin Davis get handed a gift yesterday against Peter Dobson? Or did Peter Dobson simply not do enough to get the victory against Calvin Davis? Ladies and gentlemen, this is my opinion. I thought Calvin Davis did enough to win round 1, round 2, round 3, and round 4. But round 5, round 6, round 7, and round 8, I had all going to Peter Dobson. Ladies and gentlemen, the holding was absolutely ridiculous from Calvin Davis. I understand. You got to utilize every aspect of the game. But they could have taken away a point against my boy Calvin Davis, and that's a goddamn fact. Now, he was boxing good in the early rounds, but in the second half of the fight, slowed down. Wasn't sitting on any of his punches. The left hand, everything was with no power. And I was surprised, bro. I was honestly surprised. I understand that Calvin Davis isn't at all an elite fighter or, is a very, very low fighter. We seen what he did against Nahir Albright. Got beat up. But against Peter Dobson, a fighter that is suited for your style, this is a perfect opportunity to look fantastic. And he couldn't even do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think Peter Dobson got robbed. I think the last 2 rounds definitely went to Calvin Davis. If you would have gave Peter Dobson one of those rounds, the fight is a draw. Now, whether or not you like Calvin Davis, Richardson Hitchins had something to say about this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what Richardson Hitchins says. He's watching this fight live with Calvin Davis and goes to Twitter and says, Calvin Davis is trash, with a bunch of laughing emojis. He says, Calvin Davis is a bitch and is a trash fool. He got no heart, no skills, no will to win, and I would knock that goofy out straight in his shit. Get out of boxing, bum. I would knock that dude out, says Richardson Hitchins. Then he reposts a video of the announcers announcing Calvin Davis as the winner against Peter Dobson. And Richardson Hitchins takes to Twitter and says, Dobson got robbed. Someone help. And they should have taken a point for holding on that bum. But we know how this game goes. Like I said, a point taken away against Calvin Davis, I wouldn't have argued that at all. Richardson Hitchins says he will knock that goofy out. And I'll be honest with you, after watching that performance, bruh, Richardson Hitchins would kill. He would kill Kelvin Davis. But do I think Peter Dobson got robbed? I don't, ladies and gentlemen. I don't. At the end of the day, a fight is a fight. It was a close one. I sat there, watched it 3 times already. I had the first half going to Calvin Davis. The second half, Peter Dobson was on his way to possibly a victory if he would have won the last 2 rounds, but definitely a draw. Now, even though Calvin Davis won the fight, the scorecards was absolutely horrendous to me. It was a split decision one, which was understandable, but those 2 people who had Calvin Davis winning, I don't know, man. A little suspicious. But let me know what you guys think. Was that an impressive performance from Calvin Davis, or did that lower his stock once again? Let me know what you guys think. This is the MMA Boxing Addicts channel bringing it to you.